Welcome to class. I'll be showing you guys how to customize your own brush here in ClipStudio Paint. Now, ClipStudio Paint is a software that you can purchase or subscribe to a monthly subscription starting at 99 cents. I think they do start off with like a free trial for a couple of months, so also look into that. Now, the operating system that I'm using is Windows, and I'm also using a graphic tablet with a screen. You can use one without the screen or use a mouse as well. The first brush that we would be customizing is the mechanical pencil brush, which is the preset that ClipStudio Paint has. So what I'll be doing is making a few tweaks to make it more sketchier, if that's a word, sketchier, like a sketchbook pencil that you would use, like on paper, can't talk, but the ClipStudio Paint preset brush, it's okay. I just don't like how they taper. Like, I don't like how the line is inconsistent. It like starts off like really skinny and then ends up like hard. Like, the only way that the line stays more consistent if you're like pressing down on it. To explain myself a little better, I drew out some squiggles and lines. So like the squiggly line shows like me using the pen pressure lightly and going into a harder pen pressure. The first line is like more of a light pressure, the second line is more of like a medium pen pressure, and the third line is the hardest. Now for the editing, so what you'll do is go to your tool properties section. If you don't have it, you can also pull it up under the Windows area. Now, the subtool properties panel would also be very important when editing your brush. It will give you like lots of options to edit it the way that you would like. So what you'll be doing now is duplicating the mechanical brush that ClipStudio Paint has, and basically saving that so you wouldn't have messed up the one that ClipStudio Paint has. So I'll first start off by turning off my pen pressure and my tilt. So as you see, the tapered ends are gone once I turn off that pen pressure option. So I'm just gonna make that squiggly line like I did before, and you can tell that instead of it tapering or the line being smaller, it kind of fades, so it's like lighter to begin with, and then it darkens. So here I'm just playing with other options because I do want to make the brush fit to how I use my pencil. So you'll just be seeing me make a few tweaks to the brush density, and I am gonna have details of like each setting that I edit for this pencil, and I'll post it like in the description or on the screen. I'm really gonna just speed up this process and do like a little sketch as well. So basically what I wanted to show you is like what the pencil tip actually looks like. So this is kind of like the shape that it gives. So what I'm gonna be doing now is actually creating one of these of my own. So basically when you push down on the pencil, that's how it kind of looks. It's kind of like similar to what you'll get when you're sketching on paper, but we're gonna do something similar to that. I'm just gonna do something just like random, nothing too cute. So I'm gonna speed up this process too, as far as like drawing it. So another thing that I did was remove the background because we'll actually have to save this and we don't want that background. So what we'll do is save this image as a grayscale material, so that way we would be able to change the color once the image is saved. Without doing that, the image will remain the same color as what you have it saved under. So if you have it like that gray that I had there, it'll remain that gray. You wouldn't be able to turn it to like a pink or a green or a red or anything like that. Now, in order to save this brush image, we'll go to edit, register material, and then image. You'll save the image material name to whatever you like. I saved mine to pencil, and then I check the brush tip shape option because that's what it will be. And then we'll go under our materials tab and save this material as an image material and then a brush, and then you can just go ahead and save that. So once you have that selected, you're going to duplicate whatever brush you have selected, like I do here. And I'm going to go ahead and change the name of this brush to Pencil 2. And you can change it to whatever name that you would like. As I mentioned earlier in the video, we'll be playing with the Subtools property. You can do that by clicking the little wrench, or you can go through the Windows menu. So we'll just be adding the image by going to brush tip and then material. You'll have to make sure that you select material, and then there should be an add option. Once the second screen pops up, I had selected created, but you can type in the name of your material to locate it, and it will import the image that we created for the new brush tip. Now that that's done, we can really just start using our new brush right away. Not that one, that's the wrong one, but once I switch it back over to materials, yeah, you could see that at the tip of it, it has this weird little design. But from here, I'm just gonna speed up this process, draw a little picture of like a butterfly or something like that, and we'll be going on into our next brush. For the last brush that we will be creating, it will be coming from the flat design illustration video. And I'm just gonna create a brush out of one of the fruits that we drew. I'm actually gonna just do the apple. So I took the lasso tool and traced out the apple, and I did the cut and paste option once I had it selected, so it would be on a layer by itself, and just turned off the layer with the other fruits. Now we'll switch this apple to a grayscale. So you can do that by right clicking and going to convert layer, and it should pull up a second screen where you would change it to gray, and it'll switch it to a grayscale image. The reason why I feel like this step is important is just in case you want to change the color in the future, you do have the option to do that. But that's only if you want to change the color. If you don't want to change the color, by all means, keep the apple the way you have it, and it'll always stay that way. So we're going to add this material as well. Same step, register material, image, change the name, check to use for brush tip option. For the destination, we're going to go to material and then image and then save. And as we did before, we're going to duplicate the brush that we already have selected. We do that by clicking the plus underneath the brush tool menu. At this time, we can now save the new brush name, and we're going to go to our subtools menu and add our material as we did with the previous brush. So we're going to go to our stroke menu. From here, we would select ribbon to give it that stamp type of look. And at this point, you'll be able to play with it, but it's gonna kind of fade. To prevent our brush from fading, you would go under the brush tip menu under the subtools panel. You're going to go to the section that says brush density. There is going to be a button that looks like a square with a slash, like a diagonal slash. And you would select that option in order to turn the pen pressure off to have solid apples. Here I'm just playing around with the brush, making sure that the stroke is what I like. I am changing the repeat options that they have and also the spray effect to see like what my material would look like as far as spraying it rather than the ribbon. The ribbon kind of acts like a line. The spray effect kind of acts like a spray can. And each little particle represents an apple, basically. But I do like to use the spray effect rather than the ribbon because the ribbon kind of bends and distorts the apple. And the spray can doesn't do that. I went ahead and adjusted my particle size. Also, I did check the brush size as well, along with adjusting the particle density, like how densely packed the particles are, along with the spray deviation, which I turned all of those really down to the lowest setting because I wanted it to act like a stamp rather than like a brush. You can now create any type of customized brush that you would like, whether it be stars or a hairbrush. Like the possibilities are limitless. I added another apple in there, and you still do the same thing. Like you either select the wrench or the sub tools menu, and then you'll go to brush tip and you'll just add it instead of like deleting the other apple. It now gives you a different variation now. So instead of just red apples, I changed the color to green, so it gives red and green apples without changing the color of the material that we saved to grayscale. When we saved it, it's not gonna give us the option for that color to change if we do decide that we want something else. And this really concludes the video. You can take the steps that I have used to, like I said, create your own brush that works best for you. And if you have any questions, please do not hesitate to reach out, and I'll be more than happy to answer any questions that you guys may have. Thank you for coming to my channel, and stay tuned for future videos.